Hey guys, Loco here with my knockout stages pickem, playoff pickems, whatever you want to call them. I did my initial group stage pickems. It didn't turn out the greatest. I think Group A was extremely hard for me to get correct. I just didn't think Griffin would perform that well and G2 would perform that badly, so I had the G2 Griffin wrong. Cloud9 Hong Kong attitude, that one was easy. I got wrecked in Group B. I really did not like how Splice played in their play-ins. I had to make an apology video because I said GOM would be better than them, even though I haven't seen a single game of GOM. So yeah, I got pretty wrecked in Group B. It ended up being Funplux first, Splice second, J-Team third, and GOM fourth. So yeah, a pretty unfortunate group for me. Group C, I got correct. It was really hard to call whether Fnatic or Royal Never Give Up would make it out. I did think Royal Never Give Up would play way too much towards Uzi and not really focus around their solo laners, which is what the meta is about, and they actually ended up doing that. As for Fnatic, they had a miserable start, but they were able to turn it around in day 2, and they went 3-0, beating both SKT, Royal, and Clutch, I guess. As for Group D, this was also a group that I got wrecked. I just really believed in Team Liquid, and I didn't think they would choke that hard, but Jensen wasn't able to play some of the meta picks such as Kiana. He did play Akali, but they started banning Akali in the second half of groups, and Damwon really stepped it up, especially Canyon. And as for IG, they were able to sub in Ning for their second half, and they actually had a great performance. So it ended up being Damwon first, IG second, and TL third. So that was my group stage. Let's talk about knockout and who I have going forward, and hopefully I can give you guys a little bit of insight and help you guys along your pickems also. So for the first matchup between IG and Griffin, I have Griffin going forward. For me, I think it's a pretty easy Griffin call. IG has stellar players in Rookie and also the Shy, but Griffin just has way better teamwork, and I think they are the cleanest and the most disciplined team at the whole tournament. For IG, their playstyle revolves around capitalizing off of enemies' mistake, the Shy creating a giant hole in top lane, a Rookie doing the same in mid lane. But due to how Griffin players play, I think that would be extremely hard for IG to do. Maybe they can take a game or two off, but over a 5-game period, I just have Griffin coming out ahead, and I'm really confident in this one. Griffin over IG for me. Griffin, all they have to do is make sure Sword doesn't get blown out by the Shy, and I think this one will be pretty easy. Funplux versus Fnatic. This one, I have Fnatic going forward. I think Funplux is a good team. They believe very heavily in their team fighting, and they have said multiple times they are the best team fighting team at the tournament. They think they have the best coordination, and they definitely do play like that. They have a lot of high fee players other than Doinby, but they really haven't shown up, especially for Gimgoon and LWX. I thought they would be one of their strongest players, but they had a really disappointing group stage. I was very surprised to see Funplux play that way in such a weak group. So yeah, I have Fnatic going forward. I think Funplux is going to be extremely reliant on Renekton and Ryze, these picks that are also okay in teamfight, but that Doinby likes playing and that is easy to gank for and can really get their engine started. If Fnatic's able to target those out and don't allow them to have it, and Funplux drafts their kind of mid-game, late-game team fighting style, they're going to get picked apart by Fnatic. I was really impressed by Nemesis, and I think he's going to continue being impressive. So I have Fnatic going forward here. For SKT or Splice, I think this one's really easy. This one I feel almost as confident, or this one I feel the most confident about after the Griffin IG one. I think it's going to be SKT. Splice, you guys made it out, congrats, but you're not going to scratch SKT. Not even one bit. Like, don't even bank on it. So some people have said Splice is going to do what Misfits couldn't, but there is no like string that's connecting Splice and Misfits other than they're both from Europe. They play completely different styles, and yeah, I just don't get that comparison, comparing Splice to Misfits and saying they're also going to have a close series versus SKT. For me, this one's an easy SKT 3-0. Down 1 G2, I think this one's the most contentions, and this is the one a lot of people have picking one way or the other. This one's really split, even amongst analysts and other experts. So I personally have down 1 going forward, which you guys might find a little weird since I talked about G2 as being one of the world's favorites going into the tournament and also in the first half of groups. But Jankos, Mickey, and Wonder have been pretty disappointing. and it's hard for me to put faith into them. I do think they'll do better in the best of 5, and I do think they'll turn up. Do note that Damwon is the team that Griffin scrimmed before like the groups, and before like, or actually after the groups, since they knew they weren't in the same groups, and also they had no idea they'd be playing each other, so they have a lot of scrims against each other. And G2 has said that they lost a lot to the Eastern team, and apparently it's Damwon. So scrims aren't the best things to go off of, but yeah, I just have confidence in Damwon. I have confidence in Showmaker. I have confidence in Canyon. One thing that is very worrying for me is the Damwon bot lane. They did step it up, but yeah, this one could go either way. I keep flip-flopping back and forth on this, but I just have to trust Damwon to do better. I have more faith in Showmaker. I have more faith in Canyon. Man, even as I'm speaking through this, oh man, this one's just so hard. I flip-flop back and forth so much on this, but I'm gonna go with Damwon here for now. I might switch to Griffin last second, but no, I'm gonna stay strong on this. Damwon by just a teensy bit. All right, now let's do the semi. I actually think this one's gonna be Griffin also. Fnatic's playstyle is very reliant on certain picks, and luckily for Griffin, they play pretty much everything. And also, Fnatic is another team that's very heavily reliant on them catching out people. One thing that's been signature for Fnatic is they will get ahead and they will sacrifice side lane farm and group up mid, or group up wherever there needs to be an objective, and force fights and really get the game rolling. And Griffin, as an extremely disciplined team, will play very well against this style. So Griffin versus Fnatic, I got Griffin. Now SKT versus Damwon, I think Damwon actually does really badly versus other Korean teams, and more of the slower teams that can really deal with the aggression of Naguri, Showmaker, Canyon. A key factor for Damwon is their insane team fighting off the backs of Naguri. Naguri actually isn't the best laner, but he's insane when it comes to team fighting. That's what really makes Naguri. He has the highest damage share, not because he's an excellent laner, but because he does so much in team fights. SKT is the best team fighting team at this tournament. I don't think where Damwon is strong, their team fighting is going to be able to overpower SKT also where SKT is strong. So a bad stylistic matchup for Damwon, and I have SKT going forward. Now, SKT versus Griffin, we've actually seen this play out so many times over the course of the year, and it's always been SKT favored. Is it going to be SKT favored again? Do I have myself picking SKT? Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's SKT. SKT versus Griffin, we've seen it so many times. At a certain point, people start living in your head, and for Griffin, I have to feel like SKT lives in their head. And also, for the actual in-game analysis, Griffin, one of their key factors is playing discipline, right? And playing really well on their turns. SKT is also really good at that. I think SKT is a little bit looser than Griffin in terms of playing on their turns, but they are a lot more flexible. And there is something that Koreans say about Faker and SKT in general: the higher the stage, the better the performance. And I think that is going to hold true once again. Faker has never choked. This guy has been clutch every single moment that something's been asked of him, and the people around him this time are no scrubs. Do you guys remember that year where Faker had to carry pretty much the corpse of Huni, Peanut, Bang, and Wolf all the way to finals versus RNG, that 5 Galio game? It's not going to be anything like that. SKT have a squad around them. I think Teddy, Klid are excellent players. Khan usually does terrible internationally, but he's been having his best international tournament yet, and effort for a rookie has been keeping up. So yeah, I really like SKT. I think they are the favorites to take it, and this is my pickem. I hope you guys were helped out by my pickems. I mean, I gave reasoning for things in group stage, even though I did get a lot of them wrong. I think other than group B, which I trolled a little, I had pretty reasonable viewpoints for both group A and D, even with several of the picks wrong. And for the knockout stage, you don't have to copy me exactly, but this is what I think is going to happen. You can agree with my reasoning, you can disagree with my reasoning. Let me know why I'm stupid down below, and don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like my video. Oh yeah, one last thing I forgot to remind you: I'm not crazy, I'm just Loco. Bye ya.